Burying your emotions is wrong. I feel like a lot of people are guilty of this, especially men. Feels like in today's era, not even in today's era, I just feel like in general, like, the whole definition of masculinity is partially defined by not showing any emotion. And when you do show emotion, it makes you more so feminine. I can't even explain to you how ridiculous that is, and honestly just how stupid that is. That doesn't even make any sense. Because when you essentially tell men that their feelings aren't valid, it kind of takes away from what makes us who we are today. It takes away from the fact that we're human. And when you say men can't show their feelings because it's not a very good way of showing their masculinity, it kind of in a way only seems like women are the real humans here, because it's justified when they show their emotions, but we're forced to bury ours. And I'm going to be advocating for all the men today. And today, what I'm here to say and tell you guys about is why burying your emotions is dangerous. At least from my point of view. Now, coming from me, I used to be one who buried my emotions a lot. And I feel like I used to play the tough guy persona a lot. Being somebody who was never really sad a lot and kind of just, in a way, was like a monotone like robot. Like, I showed the same couple emotions all the time, and I don't know, there wasn't much life to me, I guess. I'm not sure how to phrase that, but that's the best way I can really put it, if I'm being honest. I didn't really show my emotions to you unless I was, really close friends with you. I feel like only a few selective people in my life have actually seen me cry, including my parents. Other than them, though, I feel like probably 4 other people have seen me cry. I don't know, I used to not really be somebody to show my emotion a ton. I feel like it's something I've gotten better with, but I feel like unfortunately a lot of guys today still struggle with that. And I mean, it's still something I'm working on myself, of course. Like, I'm not perfect. I'm still in the process of growing and becoming a better person every day. But a lot of guys, feel like their emotions are invalidated and that they don't matter, which is far from the truth. Because let me tell you what happens when you bury your emotions. What happens when you bury your emotions, whether that be when you're sad, you're mad, or anything of that kind of category, like the kind of category where you'll most likely give somebody a reaction if you're feeling one of those 2 emotions. So I'm going to group them together as one here. What happens when you bottle those emotions down, the more times you feel them, eventually, I don't need to be someone to tell you this, I'm sure plenty of you know it or have personally experienced it. If you bottle it up enough, eventually it's going to come out one way or another, and it's not going to be in a way in which you like it to come out. And it'll come out onto the wrong people as well. People who might have little involvement or none at all to how you're feeling. And they get to witness this eruption of just pure rage and pain and whatever you're feeling, and it's dumped onto them, essentially. And they're kind of just dumbfounded that that's happened. Maybe they've suspected or sensed that something's wrong, but you don't want to tell them what's wrong, and they keep trying to bring it out of you and be like, what's wrong, like, are you okay, and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually, the more you tried to hold it back and not say anything about it, it'll come out on its own. And that's a great way right there to push people away from you. Nobody wants somebody around who's going to just bottle up their emotions and play this tough guy persona and be like, oh yeah, I'm not sad, I'm not mad or anything like that. I'm a man, like, I'm a real man, I'm a masculine, tough ass man. Like, you know what I'm trying to say here? Like, they try to put on this character and try to put on a mask of somebody they really, truly aren't. And honestly, most people just want you to be honest with them. If you're feeling a certain way or you have something on your mind, just like get it out. And honestly, by talking about it, that's the best thing you can do. The best thing you can do for yourself is talk about whatever your emotions are feeling, whatever you're feeling. Get it all out. Because once you get it out, it's a big weight off your shoulders. It's a big relief. Because once it's out there, that makes communication a lot easier. And I mean, partially expressing your emotions in a way comes with accountability. It's taking ownership of your emotions and how you're feeling and expressing that to whoever's around you, because when you do that, it makes that communication with those people a million times easier. And you're able to work through things and talk about things, and whatever's in your mind can be resolved or be in the process of being resolved. So I mean, the best thing you can do is talk to somebody, or at least the best thing you can do if you don't want to talk to somebody is take a sheet of paper and write down everything you're feeling. Get it out of your brain, because once you write it down or simply say it out loud, it's on the sheet or it's in the air and it's no longer occupying space in your mind, which is going to make if you're dealing with it, honestly, it can get rid of some brain fog. I feel like oftentimes when you're experiencing brain fog, if it's not for reasons due to sleep or poor habits, like brain fog, at least from my experiences, can also come from just bottling things up and not getting out everything you have to say about the way you're feeling. So, a great way to make yourself feel better in your day-to-day life, talk about what's in here. Talk about what's up here, especially. If you got something that's sitting up there and it's been brewing in your mind for some time, you gotta get it out one way or another. So I mean, before it's too late and before you erupt on somebody and ruin their day and not want to talk to you or get upset with you as well, that's not a great way to make yourself feel worse. Just be open and honest about however you're feeling. Like, just get it out, man. Write it on a sheet of paper, because then you can visualize your thoughts and not just think them in your head. When you have all these clustering thoughts, it's so easy to get overwhelmed by them. But when you can coherently write them down on a sheet of paper, honestly, it doesn't even have to be coherently. Write in sentences how you're feeling, right across the page. It doesn't have to be anything in particular. What's important is that you get it out. It doesn't have to be in any order. So when I say coherently, just, I guess in a sense, make it coherent to you. Make it make sense to you. If your thoughts are going in this one direction, and then take a sheet of paper and write down exactly how you're thinking, how those thoughts are going. You know what I'm saying? Just get them out. That's what's important. Get out what you're feeling. Remove the thoughts from your head that are clouding your mind from allowing you to do the things you want to do in your day-to-day life. Don't bury your emotions. Wear them on your sleeve, if anything. As corny and cliche as that sounds, that's honestly the best thing you can do. Wear your emotions on your damn sleeve. Keep them out in the open and be honest about them when you're feeling them. But yeah, that's all I have for today. Stay blessed.